Welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and helping us feed our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're watching today. So we've already talked this week about finding that work-life balance and working from home and still finding that line to separate your work life from your home life. Part of having that work schedule and that clear time of work is having really good routines. These routines go for your work schedule as well as your life. So here's how to create really good routines. Write down everything you need to do in a day in 3 sections. So get a piece of paper, do it on your computer, however you want to do it, but somewhere write down work, family, home, 3 columns, and write down everything you need to do each day in those columns. Everybody's going to be different. Everyone's columns and lists are going to be very personal to you. And that's why it's important that you write them down. Because I can sit here all day and tell you how to make a routine. I can sit here all day and do a day in the life of a reseller and show you everything I do in a day or everything I have to accomplish in a day. But my business model is not your business model. My family is not your family. My home is not your home. Everyone is so different. Everyone is so unique in such unique situations. And your business could be a hobby, a part-time, or a full-time job. You could be doing this alone. You could be doing it with a partner. Your family could be you and a partner, you and 10 kids, you and 5 kids, you and 12 dogs, you and 10 guinea pigs. And your home is different as well. You could live in an apartment that you could clean in a half an hour once a week. You could live in a big home that you need to break into sections to do your chores. And by the way, if you need help breaking your home into sections or breaking your housework down into manageable chunks, I always recommend Fly Lady to folks. Now, she is a bit religious and there is some stuff about her that some people don't like, but just like with anybody, take what you like, take what works for you, create a system for yourself, and leave the rest behind. I say that about Dave Ramsey as well. When you find someone that gives good advice or gives good schedules or good budgeting advice or whatever it is, take what works for you and leave the rest behind. So you got these 3 columns, right? You got your work, you got your family, you've got your home. Now you've written down what you need to do every day. And if you have another job outside of reselling, write that down too. Like, I have to go to work from 7 to 3 or 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are. So you know that that's a chunk of the day that's already eaten up, that's part of your routine. If you work outside of the home and this is a part-time or a hobby for you, obviously your obligation to your job is not something that's negotiable. When you have to clock in, you have to clock in. So make sure you write that down in that column. And then for your reselling business, do you need to ship every day? Do you ship every other day? And like I said, your columns can be as specific to your situation as you need. So if you have to have one whole page for work by every day of the week because you only thrift on Wednesday and you only ship every other day, do it. Do it. Have one whole page for work, one whole page for family, one whole page for home, whatever your situation entails. But get it all written down so you can see it. I want you to see what you need to do every day, daily, or if you have you want to write Monday through Sunday, you can look at it from afar and you can say, well, these are my family obligations and these are my obligations with my friends. And these are things I do for myself, like work out or exercise or cook or go to a book club. Why am I mentioning those first? Because those are the most important. As small business owners, as resellers, we can create our own schedule. And that is the number one important thing you need to remember. You create your own schedule. You create your own routines. So the most important thing you need to realize where your obligations are is with your family, your friends, yourself. And create your work schedule around that. We should be making our job, our small businesses, work around our lives, not the other way around. Now, if you still work outside of the home, this doesn't really pertain to you as much. But it is important to say for those of us that do this full time. When you work for someone else, your life has to evolve around your job. You have to be at your job a certain time every morning until a certain time in the afternoon. And typically, they're not going to be flexible with you and let you take Wednesday off to go to a doctor's appointment and then come in Saturday instead, unless you're really lucky and you have a job that lets you do that. But working from home for ourselves, we are allowed to do that. So prioritize and put everything your family needs and you need for yourself and all that stuff first and work around it. You can create your work schedule around that, and then you can sneak in your chores anywhere you can. And if you follow a system like Flylady, there's also apps out there that help you break down daily chores and a little bit of cleaning each day. The reason I like Flylady is because every week you're in a different room of the house and you're doing different deep cleaning, but only for like 15 or 20 minutes. So you're actually cleaning each room in your home for about 2.5 hours a week, but you're not doing 2.5 hours straight of cleaning. You're not cutting out a chunk of 2.5 to 3 hours to clean a room. You're cleaning it for 15 minutes and you rotate every month. So if you're in the living room the last week of the month, next month you'll be back in the living room, and you can rotate your list and you can keep your house really super clean, but you're only doing a tiny bit at a time so you can sneak it in. Get your kids on the bus in the morning, do your 15 minutes of cleaning, take your shower, do your work. I like to clean on my lunch. So I get up, get ready in the morning, do my shipping, and I work until lunch. And then after I eat lunch, I'll do my chore. And then I do my exercise either first thing in the morning, we'll go for a walk if weather permits. And if not, I have like a small afternoon break where I go get a snack and some more water. And that's when I do my exercise. But you can sneak stuff in like that. Just breaking stuff up into those manageable chunks is how you do it. If you had to take 2.5 hours every weekend to clean your house or 3 hours, of course that sounds, oh my gosh, unmanageable and like this big chunk of my schedule. But if you're doing it for 15, 20 minutes every day after lunch, it's more manageable and it's easier to do. And that's how you create those routines. You look at everything you need to do in a day, you schedule your work around the most important thing in your life, which is your family, your friends, your pets, and yourself. And then you find where you can sneak in the things like cleaning and cooking and all that stuff, laundry, errands, thrifting, all that stuff. Remember, if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, which is what is recommended, we all have 16 hours to do what we need to do. There is no such thing as I don't have time. I have never believed that. I don't believe it, and I never will believe it. There is no such thing as I don't have time for that. That's my pet peeve. I cannot stand when people say I don't have time, because we all have time. It's just what is a priority to you. Everyone has time. Everyone has the same amount of time in a day. You just have to prioritize what is important to you, and that can look different than somebody else. It may be super important to you that you read every evening before bed. It may be super important to you that you watch an episode of your show every Wednesday night. Whatever it looks like to you, but think about it. You always make the time for the things that are important to you. You always do. What are you not making the time for? Are those things that you don't need to do? I mean, are they not priorities? Are they not important? Obviously, work is, and sometimes people procrastinate work. So that's why it's important to prioritize. And that's why it's important to make these lists that I'm talking about, because you can see everything that you need to do and figure out a way to work it into your life and prioritize what's most important first. Once you have a schedule or a routine or a basic outline of what you're going to do, either written down or on your phone or however you're going to do it, you have to adhere to it for 30 days. It takes 30 days to create a routine. And I'm going to make this very simple for you. Think about making your bed each morning. If you don't do it, you have to kind of force yourself to remember to do it. But if you've been doing it your whole life, or even just for the last year, you almost do it on autopilot. Your feet hit the floor, you turn around, you make the bed, because it's a routine. It's an autopilot thing for you now. But it does take 30 days to create a routine. So in order for something to become natural to you, to be something that you just automatically do each day, You have to kind of force yourself to do it for at least 30 days, and then it'll become natural. Just think about your morning routine. When you get out of bed, do you do things in a certain order each day? Coffee, brush your teeth, shower, or do you shower, then brush your teeth? All these things that you do each morning, that's your morning routine. And that's probably something you've been doing for years in the same order every day, and it just comes natural to you. So if you want to add in taking a walk, making your bed, doing your shipping first thing, because you usually procrastinate it, you have to force yourself to do it. So that's why you write all of this stuff down. If you want to change your routines or make sure you're following a routine, if you're not even following one right now. And I have friends that aren't type A personality like me. I have reseller friends who are kind of off the cuff and they just don't have schedules and they just kind of do whatever they want to do all day. But they're always complaining that they don't have enough time and they never get things done. And I'm always telling them, make these routines and make yourself stick to them, because eventually, even the most unstructured person, if you're diagnosed ADD, you have a morning routine and you probably have an evening routine. Think about it. You can make your whole life one big routine. You don't have to be as strict or stringent as someone like me, but you can still say, I basically do my shipping in the morning, and make yourself do your shipping in the morning. I basically go thrifting and grocery shopping on Wednesdays. It's very easy to write routines down, and then you just got to stick to them, and they become normal and automatic. All right, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. Go make those lists. Remember, work, family, home. Actually, in order of importance, it's family, home, work, because you can make your work around all the other stuff. So go make those lists, create your routines. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.